Welcome to Mystery Teachings. My name is Gergő and welcome to episode number 23, Predictions for the Rest of 2022, Part 2, The Great Awakening. So we will continue where we finished last time in Part 1. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. Not right now. If you watch this live, then stay here after. Or if you watch this on replay on YouTube on Bitchute and you haven't seen Part 1, then stop the video and go check Part 1 first. Otherwise, I'm not sure if you will understand everything, but welcome. So in today's video, we will talk about what we discussed last time, a little bit more from the good side. As I mentioned, this will be more of good side solutions, good things, not just drama and scary stuff and all those things, but we have to talk about that one as well in order to understand everything. So we will talk about a couple of my predictions from last time and some solutions for those predictions, and we will talk about the false prophets. What do I mean by that? Who are they and why you need to be careful with them? I'd like to send a short message to the awakened people. You will see, and I give you some further tips and solutions to the entire situation that we discussed in the previous episode, as well as my number one solution to everything and my number one advice for you. That's, I would say, my best advice that I can give. And at the end, I will give you some recommendations what to watch if you need further information, if you want to understand more, if you want to learn more or unlearn more, it depends. This list is, if you watch my previous videos, you've probably seen this before. This is the list of frequencies of the emotions, which starts with like 20 Hertz is shame, and then 30 Hertz guilt, and so on. Fear is at 100, love is at 500, and as we go up, the better the emotion, the higher the frequency, higher the energy level is. And I just leave it here as a reminder of what's more important, which side is more important and what we need to focus on, but I will mention it more about later. I just wanted to leave it here so anytime during the video you can check this, you can look at this and check how you feel on this scale and check what's above that and how to go further and further. But I was talking about that in another video, so I'm not doing that. Let's start with the awakening in general. What is that? So, you know, the world is going crazy and sometimes you might feel that you go crazy. I felt it a couple of times as well. That what's going on really? If you have this feeling sometimes, I'm here to tell you that you are not crazy. You're just waking up. And that's a good thing. But on the other side, it's, you know, however awake you are or you think you are, there is always another level to go to. We can call it ascension if you want to, but that's really important because a lot of people say that, oh, you should wake up, finally, oh, you should wake up. And those who say it, they actually know a little bit of this whole story. I'm not saying, guys, that I know the whole story. I share with you what I know, but for me, there is another level to go to. And in fact, I'm learning new stuff, which I will mention towards the end of the video as well. But obviously, I don't do videos about those topics because I'm not there yet, so I'm learning those. But it's important that however awake you think you are, there is always another level to go to. And let's just stop this awakening stuff here and let's just go into these topics because we will talk about that more and more and more. And if you watch this, you are probably awakened or you are waking up, because I think those people who are completely sleeping, I don't think they really see my videos. Or if they do, they're not gonna watch it till the end, so it doesn't really matter. So let's start with where we finished. These was some of my predictions from part 1 from the previous video, and the number 1 was pandemic. I said more pandemic will come, whether if it's bird flu or Omicron will be back or monkeypox or anything else. My answer is very simple. You survived the greatest pandemic, the greatest plandemic of the 21st century. The flu. Congratulations, by the way, you are here. If you watch this, that means you're alive and you survived it. So, guys, I was talking about it so many times. I don't want to go further with that. I think my opinion is quite obvious. You will survive, okay? So, with this one, I mean, maybe the best solution is click turn it off. That's what I can say. Turn off those TVs or those news channels, because they will keep you here in fear. And that's not what you want. You want to be somewhere here. So that's number one. Number two, food shortages. I don't know when it happens, as I said, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. And as I said, I'm not here to scare you, but if we do some preparations, then it's always a good thing. And I would simply say, stock up some food. Have some food that's enough for you, for your family, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and don't think about the, luxury eating. Think about the most simple, cheapest stuff. Doesn't matter. Have some food at home in stock in case something happens. And what if I'm wrong? Well, you don't need to do food shopping for 2 weeks. So, it's just preparation, as I said. And don't forget about your pets, your cats, dogs, birds, animals. Don't forget about them. Have enough food for them as well. So that's food shortages. Why I put here the Queen, which I wrote down as Operation London Bridge last time. I just put it here because I mentioned that interesting number, that the very first Q drop and the date of that first Q post and the date of the announcement of the Queen's death, the number of days between these two dates is 1776, so it was 1776, with other words 1776, July 4th, America, which is very interesting. And since then I found another one, just for more coincidence, which was the announcement of the COVID pandemic, which was 11th of March 2020. That was the date when the WHO, World Health Organization, announced that we have a COVID-19 pandemic. And by the way, World Health Organization, if you just check out this Tedros guy and his past, if you really check out what he's done in the past, your question will be, what the hell is this guy doing as the head of the WHO, alongside with Bill Gates and some other people? So, and you understand how much you should take seriously anything that this entire organization says. But it doesn't matter now. The point is that 11th of March 2020 and the date of the announcement of the Queen's death, the numbers between these days, so the same calculation, is 911. 9/11. So just another coincidence that we have here. That was the only reason why I wrote it here. I wanted to share this with you guys. But let's move on for blackouts. And when it comes to blackouts, it can be either electricity or it can be internet. Well, internet, there's not much to say. We will survive, so but I will come back for in a second. But if it's any electricity, any power cut that happens, the best advice is that use common sense. What would you do anytime if there is a power cut in your home, on your street, in your city, in your town? Have some candles, have some power banks, or if you have a power bank, check out if they are charged. If not, then charge them. So just really common sense. This is all I can say, because we can't really prepare more than that, but at least let's do something. I have, you can't see it, but at the windowsill, I have like 50 candles ready. So just common sense. That's all I can say. If anything happens, do what you would do anyway if there was a power cut, okay? And regarding internet, if the internet goes off, I can imagine it will, very soon, as I said, then simply don't panic. That's all I can say, because if you know this story, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, then you know that we are waiting for this, basically. We are waiting for the emergency broadcast, we are waiting for the power cuts, the blackouts, all these things. So when it will happen, I would say probably that finally, thank you. So as crazy as it sounds, I know it might sound crazy, but that means that martial law will be activated, the military will be in charge, which is a good thing because they are on the good side, obviously. I'm not saying police is not on the good side, but police follow the orders. Military, their duty is always protecting the people. Not their leaders, not the politicians, the people. And that's what they do, and that's what they will do. And I expect this whole thing, basically, so we are in September right now, and we have October and November where I expect all these things to happen. But this is purely my opinion, because my wish for the whole world is that by December we will have a beautiful Christmas, we will close the year as never before, and already goosebump, I don't know how much you can see it, but I have goosebump literally. And then we enter into 2023, into a new world, into a new life, into all the beautiful things. So that's just my wish and my hope. I don't know if it's gonna happen this way or it's gonna take longer. I really don't know, guys, but it would be nice if September, October, November, this whole thing would be gone. You know, the matrix is crashing, the system is collapsing, and then by Christmas, we are all okay, and we will be okay. That's 100%. But yeah, if blackouts happens, just don't panic, because that's a sign that good things are on the way. So number 5, that's AI, digital IDs, metaverse, microchips, all that category. I simply would say no. That's simple as that. And, you know, for example, with metaverse, you know, there will be these, whatever, glasses or goggles, I don't know how they call them, that you put it on and you have a virtual reality. I'm sure, I'm 100% that there will be some irresistible offer that they will come up with that you cannot say no to, and then you will get those and you are plugged into the metaverse. My advice is not to do that, simply as that. But as always, the choice is yours. You are a free being, obviously, and I respect whatever you want to do. I know there will be people who will be plugged in, and I will send them healing, I will wish them healing, but my opinion is to all those things, just say no. And if you ask the question now, because I'm sure many people do, that, okay, but what if they make it mandatory? What if we have no choice? Then I would just say, think about last year, the vaccinations. They said the same. Everybody said the same. Oh, what if they make it mandatory? What if we have no choice? What if I cannot travel? And guess what? We are here. I'm not vaccinated. A lot of people are not vaccinated. And there you go. So you can say no. If you believe you have no choice, absolutely forget. You have. You are the boss in your life. You are the leader of your life. You are in charge, and you do have choice. That's super important. So simple, like these IDs and digital stuff and all this bullshit. Thanks, but no thanks. Simple as that. And then the last one is finance, money, crypto. So as I said, I expect the financial crash to happen very soon. They will announce it on TV and on mainstream news everywhere, obviously. But basically they plan it, as I said last time. This is a plan, and it will happen. So one thing you can do is use cash. Use as many cash as you can do, and not always just tap, you know, and just use the card, because that's their system. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that, you know, don't have a bank account. Obviously I have as well, and I'm not saying that, oh, you know, withdraw all the money from it, and you know, we're not gonna lose our money and all that stuff. So I'm not saying that anyone should worry about any of this. I'm just saying that use cash as often as you can, and especially for you know, this time, blackouts and all those things. You know, if there's no electricity, if systems will be down or whatever, and you need to buy some extra anything, then it's good to have some cash. So this is all I'm saying, have some cash, not as much as you can. And I was gonna say something else regarding this. Yes, so there will be a new system, which is a good thing, and operated by the good guys, which actually it's operating in many places in the world. As far as I know, that in UK all the banks are already working under this system, and it's a good system. And if you don't believe it, let me show you something. This is a letter I received from my bank. I just want to cover the details like this, and it's easier this way. So I don't know how much you can see it. So this is a letter from Lloyds Bank. Can you see it here? Yeah, kind of. Anyway, if you can't, I read it for you. It starts with, we have paid off your loan. So I had a loan with Lloyds Bank, obviously, and I still had payments, monthly payments for, I don't know, good couple of months. But they say we have paid off your loan, and then let's try to cover my details again. And then here they try to explain what's the reason for that, basically this loan probably wasn't right for me, and they apologize for all the inconvenience and all that stuff. And here they say you won't need to make any more loan repayments. So this is just one example, and I received this letter and thank you very much. So thanks, Lloyds. They paid off my loan, and this was all the explanation, and they don't need to pay that loan again anymore. So, you know, for those who say that, oh, this good side is not true, and Q is just psyop, and then there's no new financial system, all that stuff, please explain these things. And this is just one example, guys. I have other examples in my life, and I know other examples of other people's life as well. So I just wanted to show you that, you know, there is proof a lot. And this is why I will probably put together part 3 with some evidence, some pictures, videos, but we'll see how it goes. So new system there will be, and regarding crypto, as I said last time, this is not financial advice. Obviously everything you hear in this video is simply my opinion, but I would say if you can get some XRP. I have some XRP, have some other as well. I have 0 Bitcoin and I have no intention to have Bitcoin, as I said, but get some XRP. It's very cheap now. It's around, well, in sterling, 28, 29p. So this is the right time. And pretty much that's all. And I use a platform called Uphold. That's also a website. So it's a website and an app that you can download as well, called Uphold again. That's where I have it, in case anybody interested. And pretty much that's all. So the main point is that do not panic, as I said last time, because it's gonna be shaky, it's gonna be scary. So it's gonna be a little bit shaky for everyone, but we are much stronger than we think. So that's very important. Let's move on to what I said, the false prophets. So they are the people, or I call them false prophets, who really tell you what is going on in the world, claim themselves to be experts of everything, but they only talk about negative stuff, scary stuff, crazy stuff, we all gonna die kind of stuff. And I know these people, like you know, they send me messages about the vaccines and what is really in the vaccine, and I always message them back that, yeah, I know, thanks, I know all the stuff, but what I really mean, I call them false if they don't give you hope, if they don't give you solutions, if they only tell you the bad stuff and nothing positive, nothing good, and you just don't want to hear it because you're gonna feel worse. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people actually say that, oh, don't send me those videos, leave me alone with this, I don't want to see that, because they're afraid to see it. But if I'm telling you, as I said last time regarding the Fall of the Kabbalah series, that it actually ends with lots of good news and happy ending, and the last 2 episodes is all about solutions. So, you know, the false prophets are those who only tell you the negative, scary, crazy stuff, and don't give you any solutions, don't give you any good news. They are false, and be careful with them because they don't know the entire story. I'm not saying they are bad people. They simply don't have enough information and they just want to spread what they know, which I can understand. I've been there as well. But still, I was a false prophet if I did that. So I just wanted to mention it, that, you know, maybe sometimes this is why people are labeled as crazy and conspiracy and all that stuff, because of these people. And the real awakened people, they are the ones who give you hope, who, you know, some light, some good energies, some solutions, some healing, or anything else. They are the really awakened people. They are the good people. They are the ones you want to talk to. So that's all I wanted to say regarding them. And now I'd like to send a short message to all the awakened and all the aware people, all the light workers, all the angels, all the ones who are going to protest, all the people who stand up for their rights, our rights, and basically want to do something for our future, for humanity's future. So here is a message for you guys. It's very simple. I love you all. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm grateful for everything you do. And please keep doing it, because we are winning. We actually won, if you think about it, energetically, because we are here. And you know, the number of protests I attended here in London, what I experienced was a lot of nice people, kind people, spreading love, spreading happiness, smiling to each other. Literally, I was in a crowd once when there was more than 1 million people in a London protest. Wherever we went, whoever I met, I can't say anyone who wasn't a really, really nice man or woman. So this is why I say we won already, and we are winning, because love is a much higher frequency than being somewhere here and just consuming all the mainstream craziness. So just carry on. This is part of the message for the awakened people. Carry on, because we are winning, and you know that. You feel it deep inside, because that's why you do what you do. And I know that there are other people and their opinion can be painful sometimes. It can be a bad experience sometimes, especially if you are the black sheep in your family, or you are the one who everyone is laughing at simply because you want to tell them what you see but they cannot see yet, and you want to help them with that. I understand. I've been there and I experienced it many, many times. But my message is simple, keep continue, and if those people come to you, you know, I see it so many times when people say, oh, you should wake up by now, wake up, sheep, you sleep. And I understand it. I understand, because I've been in that situation as well, that I receive these reactions. But we need to understand that those people, it's not their fault that they've been lied to. You know, what I said a couple of times, that, you know, you don't know that you've been brainwashed and lied to because you've been brainwashed and lied to. But it includes all of us. We all born into the same system. So I just want to say help their people, because it's not their fault. And let me share with you a short quote from Morpheus from the Matrix movie, which is really, really connecting to this, what I'm just saying. So this is from Morpheus. The Matrix is a system now. Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters. The very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. Morpheus, the Matrix. So this is why I say to all the awakened that help those people. If they want your help, if they are not ready to unplug from the Matrix, then just let the time, you know, sort out everything. Let the universe sort out everything. And don't try to fight with them, because it's not gonna help. Because we need to be united. We need to stick together for this. As Q said, united, not divided. United, we win. Divided, we fall. So I just wanted to send out a little message to all the awakened people that this is the message. I love you all. Please keep doing, because what you do is amazing, and I'm 100% with you guys. Now, where are we? I'm just sorting this stuff out. I have some notes here. So, yeah, that's done. And let's move on for some tips and solutions. I just really just have a short list. I'm gonna read it for you. So, first one is speak truth. Speak the truth. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Don't pretend to other people that, oh yeah, I agree with this and that, when you actually don't, okay? And you know, for example, like when people are wearing a face mask, having the vaccine, and then, you know, I put on a face mask first at the beginning because I didn't want them to feel bad, and I realized that I'm not gonna help them with that if I don't believe, you know, it's gonna work. Instead of that, I removed it, and I kindly, politely started to explain people what I believe, which is simple. It doesn't do a thing, so don't worry. So speak your truth. That's very important. The next one is let love guide you, not fear. If you act from fear, that will be a completely different outcome compared to acting from love and from the heart. As you know, you can say that, oh, okay, again, like spread love, but really, I mean, in terms of energies, frequencies, vibrations, Nikola Tesla, yes, that's the answer. I mean, you can even go further and further. So let love guide you, not fear. I will keep repeating it. Stand up for your right, as Bob Marley was singing about it, right? Stand up for your right, stand up for other people's right if you can. Don't just say yes because you are afraid of the system. Every time when you experience fear, when you don't do something, don't say something, or you do or say because of fear, then you should understand that you are here. So that's kind of a number one step, like understanding that, okay, I live in fear and I make my decisions based on that. But I will mention it a bit later as well. Surround yourself with like-minded people. So if you can, like-minded people who think the same, or if you can offer your help, or if you need help, then seek help. And, try to find those communities and those networks. I call the community of light. Those people and those networks and those groups who work together, help each other, support each other with anything. If it's just information or anything else, try to find those people and be in some groups. Because together we are strong, right? And then question everything. That's also a super important one. If you have a belief, and it happened to me a lot, that I said, okay, but this and this and this is the situation, and then questioning myself, okay, but where did I learn that information? The belief I have, where do I have that from? Who taught me that? So says who, basically. Because it can help with lots of things also. So question everything and everyone. That's one of the best advice. Use less phone. Use your phone less and use less technology. That's another one. For obvious reasons, and go out to nature more, do some grounding, which I mentioned many times. Take off your shoes, take off your socks and walk barefoot on grass or on sand. That's grounding. That's when you pick up, observe the energies of the earth, and that's kind of the number one or one of the best healing energies that you can get and you can receive. So go out nature, spend some time outside. Go to some uncensored platforms. I would say the Truth Social, Donald Trump's platform. I already registered, so if you are there, find me at Gergő Varga. That's my name. That's how you can find me. So use uncensored platforms to see what's really going on and to see those news that you don't see mainstream. And then heal yourself and your chakras. I had some videos about that already. I will do videos about chakras. I mentioned that one of the next videos will be about the 7 chakras. And check out other videos, how to heal yourself, meditate, like anything that works for you, do it because it's important. And finally, if you feel alone and if you feel like, oh, okay, but I'm just one person, what can I do? Well, this is what 7 billion people says. So, we are the 99% that's super important. And if you feel that really you can't do much, then you can still pray, you can still meditate, you can sing, you can dance, you can do things just for yourself to feel better and increase your own frequency, because that increases the collective consciousness, which I mentioned in the War versus Peace video at the end, which is like the average or the total of everyone's frequency and energy and vibration. So if you feel like you can't do anything, make sure you feel better because you help with that as well. Just make sure you don't stay here, because eliminating fear is number one. When people say, oh, but what if I cannot travel if I don't take the vaccine? That's fear. What if the government will do this? Or that's fear. So, and fear is an illusion, and fear is the number one tactic they use to keep you in that system, to keep you in the matrix. I hope that makes sense, guys. So, number one solution, number one advice. Yes, number one solution, which I mentioned already, is love. That's simple as that. Spread love. Or if you need some love, ask for some, give a hug to someone. What's the best thing with hug? As soon as you give it, you receive it back straight away. So, for example, number one solution is love. Let love guide you, not fear. That's all I can say about this. We need to be united. Let's get united and not divided anymore, because all of that division we have is mainly, I would say 99%, because of the bad guys and what they cause to us. Just think about, why don't you wear a mask? You know, did you get your vaccine? All those things, that division. And we don't need that at all. We need to get united. And my number one advice, what you can do, is simply work on yourself constantly. Any inner work, do the inner work first and not the outer work. So this connects a little bit to false prophets, as I said. My laptop just turned off. I don't know what happened. Okay, maybe we have a power cut or something. No, it's back. Anyway, hope the live stream still goes. What happened here really? No, still goes. Okay, good. So it a little bit connects to the false prophets, but I don't know what I said. I already forget. Oh yeah, inner work. So they don't do usually the inner work. They do the outer work. Go around and spread info. And then, so what? What's next? That's where they stuck, and they cannot give advice or solutions, all that stuff. So number one, work on yourself. Inner work. Develop yourself, who you really are. And you know, with this whole awakening stuff, guys, what I really mean is not that you are aware of what happened with COVID or what happens with Ukraine and all the rest. It's all about your own awakening, your spiritual awakening. That's why that's why I run a spiritual channel, because it's super. That's the number one thing. Spirituality is all about knowing yourself. Knowing who you really are, understanding that you are energy, you are a spiritual being. You are a multidimensional, energetic, spiritual being having a temporary human experience on this planet called Earth. That's what you are, and I, and everybody else. So it's all about your spiritual awakening and being aware of everything that is you. If that makes sense. I really hope it does. So number one advice, work on yourself. Whatever that means for you, do that. You feel it. And if I would ask you the question, what do you really feel inside when you are alone and when you really listen to your emotions? You have all the answers there, so I don't need to tell you. And I don't need to tell you anyway what to do or what not to do, because you are free. You are a free being. So guys, summarizing this whole thing, and basically I wanted to dedicate these 2 episodes for this entire topic. And obviously I carry on with all the normal spiritual topics that I do on my channels. But the point here is that this is not the end of anything. This is the beginning of everything. I really believe it. We entered into a new era, the age of Aquarius, which they call the golden age. There's a reason for that, obviously, and everything that happens is basically is perfectly describing what we're going through. We are at the end, and you know, the storm is here, and first it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And that's why I wanted to do these 2 videos, to give you some ideas and hope it's gonna help you, because really this is not the end of anything. This is the beginning of everything. And as I always say, the best is yet to come. And it's going to be biblical. It already is with this huge awakening that's happening all around the world. So let me finish with what Q said, which is, where we go one, we go all. And I hope we go to that direction where we all want to go. So I really hope that, and I wish you all the strength and all the power and all the love through this short journey that's in front of us. And let's see what happens, you know, time will tell. But I really hope that there is some value. At least there is one person who got some value from my videos. And if that's the case, it was worth it to make this video. And if you want, feel free to share it. If you like it, check out other videos on my YouTube and Bitchute channels, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I upload some new content. But thank you for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.